Hmm. Hey everybody, welcome back. It's another mail day, and you can tell I've got quite a bunch of different stuff out here. So let's take a moment and kind of go through what I've been buying recently. So we'll start here, and it's a little bit of reserve list, more revised. I actually needed Veteran Bodyguard for my revised set, just to kind of finish that up, and I picked up a couple of them. So I think I picked up 5 in total, something like I think they were like 38 cents a piece, and they're in pretty decent shape. So definitely figured why not. I mean, these aren't mint, but they're in pretty good shape, and they're reserve lists. So add these to the collection. More so into this is some Farmstead, and again, same thing. I picked these up. I think they were like under $1. They're in pretty decent shape, but they're not mint. But more reserve list. I have a ton of these already, and why not? Why not add them to the collection? Now this one is some Arabian Nights, and I'm a sucker for these old 93, 94 sets. But you might laugh at me when you see this one because it's pretty beaten up. I got this one for I think it was like $1 or $2, and it's just absolutely just beaten up. But I didn't have this one, and I'm of the mindset where I will buy a card that is beaten up and just destroyed, and then if I get a better condition one later, I'll buy it. So don't have it, and definitely glad to have that in the collection. Now the next one here is this is a bulk lot that I bought, and I think I only paid like $4 for it. And you're gonna ask why I bought a random unlimited unsummon, but it's not that it's all unlimited. There's some revised that's in here, and then there's more revised, and then there's more unlimited. So the way that the set worked out was I think there were 3 different versions, or there were 2 different versions, 3 different cards, and they were a mix between unlimited and revised. And you know what? For like $4, it was worth it. Because again, these in unlimited, I don't have that. I don't have those cards. So now here's another one. I think I picked this one up on Mercari, and I picked these up because I think I probably paid. I think I paid too much for this. I think I paid like $8 for it. But out of these cards here, these are a lot of ones that I needed for the set that I didn't have, and they were all rare. So I was definitely glad to add these. So Nightmare did not have. Not a rare, but one I did not have. Sword to Plowshares. All right. Flying Carpet I did not have. Atog I did have. Cockatrice I have, and the Disrupting Scepter. So really to add these 2 to the set, for the convenience sake, I was definitely happy to add these to the collection, and they're in really good shape. Now, you're probably looking at this collector's edition and wondering what it is. It's not Power, it's not a duel, but it is another Farmstead, and this is in phenomenal shape for what it is, and maybe not so much anymore. But I paid like $3.50 for this. And again, as a revised list collector, glad to have it. Glad to have it in here. Now, another Serendipity free. I've already got a couple of these, but again, this one I think I only got for $1 or $2. And you can never really have too many cards, especially from revised, because eventually they're just going to run out. And again, I mean, it's in such good shape, and if you can get these for $1 or $2, it's not hurting you. I mean, these things are still worth $4 or $5. All right, Balance. I bought this in, I think it was a PSA 8.5 or a PSA 9, but you can't binder a PSA card. So I bought this one as a near mint, and I paid like $4 for it. So I think that's about the market rate, and I was definitely glad to have that. And then I can sleeve that up, and I can throw that in the binder. Surprise, surprise! Some more Brain Geyser. I just continue to add these to the set and to the collection, but I've got tons and tons and tons of these Brain Geysers, and again, the reserve list is something that I personally believe in. Maybe I'm gonna take it out, and we all know it's beaten up. So it's definitely something that I'm glad to have. Now these 2, before we get to why I have this, these 2 are ones I've been slightly putting off, more so this one than this one. This one, I definitely needed both of these for the collection. More so, I bought this one, and I was very glad to have this because it's one of the bigger ones outside of the wheel and outside of duels that I needed, and this is in just such good shape. I don't even think I've taken it out yet. Maybe I did when I first got it, but this guy did such a good job packing it. I didn't get a tremendous deal on this. I think I got this for about $35. But you know what? I'm very happy that I have this. And it's in pretty decent shape. I don't have a sleeve ready. We'll put you back in here. Now, this is the one that I managed to get a pretty decent deal on this one here. I won't lie. I paid I think it was $160 for it. But it's one that I did not have. And it's in a heavier-ish plate condition. But, yeah, the guy was just so cool. And, you know, when we did the deal, when the whole transaction went down, I mean, the guy was just, like, right there. Everything was, like, right with it. And you know what? At $160, and that's shipped. That's shipped, that's fees, that's everything. I just couldn't say no to this. I honestly could not say no. And it's beaten up. It's definitely seen better days. But I needed this for the set. And I don't care that it's a little bit beaten up and a little bit used. Because they just don't come around that often. They don't come around that cheap that often either. All right. So why did I buy this? This random 5th edition 2-player set. I bought it because it was a nice mix of cards. I mean, there were a ton of cards that were in here. Mind you, this is a 5th edition 2-player set, but it's not all cards from 5th edition, and that's specifically what I look out for when I start buying these, especially like with deck boxes. When you start seeing black border cards in here, you know they're not from 5th edition. What I saw in here was 2 cards that stuck out to me. Now, I paid $21 for this shipped, and I got the Summer Kari. What you have to look out for is those black border cards, and then, you know, look for the revised, look for the unlimiteds. I ended up seeing 2 cards in here that, well, I saw 2 cards in here that piqued my interest. The thing is that I did not see this Armageddon from Portal Second Age. This caught me off guard. So I was definitely happy to have this card here. It has got a little bit of warp to it, but it's in pretty good shape otherwise. So I was really glad to see that one. And then there are 2 more that are in here. Now, Armageddon by itself, I think, is like $15, $16. And where are we hiding? There we are. City of Brass, 5th edition. It's about $14. And a second City of Brass. So there's not much else in here. Everything else is commons, uncommons. It's a mix of Mirage, Portal Second Age. There's some 5th edition, there's 4th edition in here. There's no 6th edition in here, but, you know, there is just such a, you know, some Ice Age 2, yeah, forgot about those. But there is just such a good eclectic collection in here. Lands, the whole 9, different cards. Definitely glad to pick that up. But just seeing that these 2 City Brass were in there, and I was able to get this for $20. I went and pulled the trigger, and then when I found that Armageddon, when I was auditing the thing before I sent over my review, I was very happy to see that show up in here. So, big win for me, and it's been a monster week as far as mail coming in. Now, in the Discord channel, I was, you know, talking with the guys, and I was telling everybody about this, but I essentially went out and I just did a big buy from Card Kingdom, and I ordered like every other card that I needed for my revised set outside of this wheel, and then outside of any of the dual lands. So I still have a plateau, and now I have the wheel, and then the Mana Vault I also have. But I went through and I bought all the other commons, uncommons, rares, everything that I needed. So the set, aside from what's out here, the set is done. I need maybe 8 more duels, and then the set's complete.